Yes, everybody, Russ and the West Ham Network. Hope you're safe and well. I am in the cupboard again, bringing you your Hammers headlines in association with the KUMB.com boys. Don't forget to check them out. Also, don't forget to check out our channel partners, Alloy Collectors. Had a few people message me yesterday after the watch along about the Alloy Collector stuff. So there's a link in the description. You get yourself a nice little cheeky discount by using the West Ham Network specific code in there. Lots to talk about, despite the fact that the transfer window has slammed shut. Anton spoke this morning about Tim Steidten with the club making the official announcement after the window is closed that Tim is no longer employed by the club. What was quite interesting was, well, firstly, they said Graham Potter head coach, which is, I think it's the first time I've seen that in print, so to speak. But also, it mentioned about how Potter's brought in his own people. So read into that as you will. I think the less that was written was actually the most interesting because you sort of read between the lines. But they'd like to thank him for his future endeavours. And actually, that sort of leads through. Let's start with our lead story. Oh, well, hang on, you've disappeared me. Oh God. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Let's talk about Crescentia Summerville. According to XWHU employee and other sources, he has suffered a setback in his return from injury and could be out for up to 2 months now, which isn't great at all. Despite being pictured doing all the training, it's a serious hamstring injury. He's got a bit of Cornet vibes, unfortunately, in my eyes. But he'll keep him out for 2 months. So he suffered a setback in that hamstring injury this week. And obviously, Graham Potter in his press conference mentioned the other day that obviously Bowen was closer to than Crescencio, considering Crescencio basically did a hamstring injury, whereas Bowen had a fractured foot. So sort of yin and yang, really. So that's not great. In better news, it's likely that for the Brentford game, obviously we don't play until the 15th now, with Jean-Claire, Tolibo, Alvarez, and Paqueta all back in the side, plus Evan Ferguson integrated into the side, plus JWP back in the side as well. So we could be in a better position. Also, X mentioned about Antonio. He's set to travel to Dubai to continue his rehabilitation. Sounds like a shifty holiday. JWP was in Dubai actually, a warm weather trading with Nottingham Forest before coming back. So that is obviously disappointing because I want Potter to have all the pieces available to him, and I think Crescencio would be a key piece in the puzzle, particularly when you look how he was utilised against Aston Villa on that right hand side, that right wing back. I've got this vision of Bowen being the right wing back and Crescencio being the left wing back, and five defensive players, five attacking players, particularly Evan Ferguson getting the crosses in. It's a shame, but because of that, it's believed that this man has stayed. Not the guy on the left, but the guy on the right. 50% of the people in that picture are no longer at the club, and it was potentially going to be 100%, I think, but the injury to Crescencio has, I think, had a knock-on effect. Now, the Portuguese transfer window is due to close tonight, and there was reports, and also I think the Dutch, was it? And I think Feyenoord and Porto were interested. Shakhtar Donetsk, pardon me, they were interested yesterday in the signing of Luis Guilherme. Also, there was some Saudi interest as well before that window shuts at the weekend. But according to Clarence Hugh, they spoke to their senior source who said they decided to, he stays despite having offers for him. I think part of the reason is because of Crescencio's injury and being out for 2 months, returning in the last April, maybe May, for the end of the season. Probably about the same time frame potentially for Nicklas Füllkrug, I would imagine as well, and based on his injury. But yeah, he had a good showing. I thought he came off the bench for the Chelsea game yesterday. I thought he looked positive, and he's a good player. But as I said, and I think he gets a lot of stick. I think the club get a lot of stick in terms of the signing of him. And we've said, and I'm blue in the face. We've had, we're all football fans. We're all guys who sit on, um, sit in front of a webcam or, type about our opinions. But we had Tim Vickery on, who was South American expert, an expert. He lives in there. He lives over there. And he basically said when we signed Luis Guilherme that he was not one to go into the side this year. Might get a few appearances, but wouldn't break into the first team at West Ham. Next year, as in the 25-26 season, would be when you probably see him. And I think that's likely. The likes of Chelsea and players like that. I mean, how many times have Chelsea buy Brazilian players you've never heard of? You don't hear from them for about 2 years, and they might end up going to other clubs, but that's sort of a big club, big club mentality, sort of buying the best players at the right time. And we're sort of doing it now, like Josh Landers, obviously Daniel Cummings. He'll coming in. It'll be coming in the summer. He'll be coming in the summer when he comes. But we seem to be doing that, and obviously I appreciate it. 12 million is a lot of money, but I think how much did what's his name Chelsea pay for his? I can't remember how much it was, but it was a lot of money as well. But it does seem that he's going to be hanging around for the foreseeable future. A couple of players who won't be here for the foreseeable future because they're going out on loan. We spoke about them yesterday. It hasn't been confirmed 100%, but I think Sutton United have got a signing reveal at 5:30 today when they play Nottingham Forest in the National Cup, and it's believed they will be announcing Junior Robinson, which is why it hasn't really gone on the website at West Ham. I think we've given them the okay to do that. The picture does look like the silhouette does look like Junior Robinson, and it does seem that he will sign or has signed for Sutton United on loan, the National League side. Great move for him, and for me, he's well due a loan deal out of the club. I genuinely believe he could be the next. He's got all the attributes to be the next Kyle Walker. A little bit aggressive. Sometimes I wish he wouldn't, but then a bit like what Kyle Walker does. He is 3 yards behind someone, and then he gets the ball and he's right onto them. And he'd be really good in terms of the sort of pressing nature that Potter likes to put. Obviously, he plays sort of right wing back. The under-21s are now adopting. Well, no, West Ham first team are adopting the formation the under-21s and under-18s play in terms of a 3-4-3 type formation. So Junior very much on the right-hand side there. Another player who the club have announced has gone out on loan is it doesn't matter. There we go. Just do that. Is Brad Dulligan, the under-21 forward? He's joined Aldershot Town for the remainder of the season. Again, a National League side as well. Got a few there as well because obviously Regan Clayton's joined Dagenham and Redbridge. So there's actually 3 in the National League now. What league is AFC Hornchurch in? Because Mason's at there as well. Anyway, we'll bring to you how they're performing as always in the Academy show. So yeah, exciting times. And for anyone watching, today the under-18s played Man United at Rush Green in the quarterfinals of the Premier League Cup. It went to 2-2, went to extra time. West Ham were 1-0 down, then goals from Josh Ajala and Gabriel Kalista went to 2-1. And then they equalised in, I think, about 60th minute. Went to extra time. Chances of both. Andre Dyke could have scored right at the end at the death, but it went to penalty. Went to penalties, and West Ham won 5-4 on penalties. Man United under-18s are no mugs. I don't think they've lost all season. And to take it to 2-2, and actually, to be honest, we probably the better side in extra time. But Chinese Nwosu scored the deciding penalty after United skied it on their last penalty. I think we missed the first one, but came through. The boy Adrian scored naturally, and so they're in the semi-finals of the under-18 Premier League Cup, which is fantastic. What a great achievement, because Man United are a very, very tough under-18 side. And we'll find out all the information. We'll give you more, all that type of stuff in the Academy show every Monday. We'll talk about probably a review of the likes of Brad, who's probably, his first game for Aldershot, and Junior, and Michael Forbes has gone back out on loan, and Heggie's now joined the Racing, and many other moves have been happening as well for the Academy. So we'll bring all that at the Academy show every Monday, 6 p.m. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. And until next time, my friends, take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, and we're through to the semi-finals. Well done, boys. Proud of you. Great game. Much love. Bye-bye.